start with the elephant in the room, Avatar. Well, Avatar 1 was the second highest grossing movie of all time after Gone with the Wind, with a total of more than $3 billion. Avatar 2, with the third and the fourth sequel waiting in line too, is already set for a blockbuster for its immaculate visual experience and the hardships of a family fighting for survival. Ex-human Jake Sully, played by Sam Worthington, is committed to the Na'vi body he assumed when insinuating himself among the blue-body tribe as part of the Avatar strategy in the first film, before falling in love with the dynamic warrior Neytiri, played by Zoe Saldaña. In a pursuit to exploit the Na'vi's mineral resources, a huge war between Sky people and Pandora's beings had followed. Now, some years later, Sully and Neytiri are living happily with their children and their stepdaughter Kiri, and also a human kid called Spider. But just when they thought they were happy, the Sky people of planet Earth reappear, and Marine Colonel Miles Quaritch, memorably played by robust and handsome Stephen Lang, he is back with a personal score to settle. Much tougher and much more vindictive this time. Sully's family have to leave their rainforest habitat and hide away among the far-off Metkayana, a reef led by Ronald, played by Kate Winslet, and Tonowari, played by Cliff Curtis. There they must learn the mystical Metkayana art of existing for long periods underwater. Sully's children and Tonowari's children at first were warring with each other, but ultimately they become buddies, almost like brothers. The submarine world of this film is the biggest highlight, the biggest attraction, and in fact the most prominent experience associated with Avatar, The Way of Water. There is not a single second or frame that is not worthy of holding your breath to. The best part about this one is that you spend 3 hours and 12 minutes inside a beautiful aquarium or inside far-off sea waters where the industrial waste has not contaminated even one single living cell. As part of new inventions after the flying animals in Avatar 1, James Cameron in The Way of Water has introduced giant, intelligent and emotional whales called tulkuns, who have been at the receiving end of human greed and play teammates with the Na'vis, especially when the enemy comes attacking. James, who has written, directed, co-produced and co-edited the film, chooses to put equal focus on the heroism in both the generations this time, the father and the son, the warrior mother and the daughter, who has a spiritual connection with the underwater creatures. It's a beautiful play out of human drama as well, with the warring men on one side and a family subplot that believes that Sullys always stay together. Father protects, it gives him meaning, says the voiceover umpteen times in the movie. The film takes its own sweet time and roughly 2 hours for the build-up, but I suggest you be patient and trust Cameron as he knows the importance of details. Some may say the emotional quotient is a little lesser than his earlier films or its prequel, but I would say the visual effects are so awe-inspiring and jaw-dropping that everything around fades. The climax is one of the most beautiful things I have experienced on screen in a long time. James Cameron has been an avid environment activist himself who advocates peaceful cohabitation and coexistence of humans and the other creatures of Earth. This film, when you take your children with yourself to the theatres, it would be a beautiful, entertaining lecture in why he and many like him say that. I came back finding the real world so boring and wishing to be back with the fishes. It's a mind-blowing experience to be witnessed with family, ideally in a big theatre.